Hi, Disa.
Hi.
Hi. Tell us who you are.
My name is Disa Kauk. My company's name is Describe, and I do visual records of events. I capture live information as it's happening, and I also do sometimes a little bit of recording of information before an event to bring it into the fold so everybody understands and they're all level set on the same page.
So this, what you're doing is called graphic recording, and it's also known by a few other names as well.
Yes.
What are they?
Scribing, graphic facilitation, mostly that's it. I prefer scribing because I kind of like the old school mentality of, the monks kind of taking down the information. It's been around for a long time, since hieroglyphics even.
How is it helpful?
I think it stimulates the left brain and the right brain, and I think that there's 80% of the world I think are visual learners. I'm not sure what the actual statistic, but people when they're watching information come alive in front of them in a model tend to absorb that information and remember it better later on. Also, they can use these as a record to sort of trigger their memories from the events.
And do you see an upward trend in using graphic facilitation in conferences?
I work a lot, so I know that it's used a lot, and I have a huge community of people that I work with that are all very busy. So I know that it's much more busy than it used to be, and it's much more of an accepted medium than it used to be.
It's interesting that in a digital world, really a pen and scribing is still considered important.
Yes, and I think it's kind of the organic nature of what people get excited about because they're watching it kind of happening in front of them. There are people as well that use tablets and digital mediums to do the same thing. Mm-hmm. I just prefer a marker, but I've worked in both, so it is actually moving into the digital realm as well.
What is the future of graphic facilitation? Do you see a trend happening?
I'm not really sure what it is. I mean, I said that this would only probably last for a couple of years. I said this was going to be a dying fad, and that was 15 years ago, so don't listen to me on future trends. Apparently I'm wrong. But I see it going into a more digital realm, and I see people sort of creating things live on screens in front of people with a team of people who are taking photographs and that type of thing. That's one thing I've seen recently, where there's been kind of a production team that's all working together instead of just one person capturing information. So that could be a guess.
So for somebody who wants to get into this, what would be your advice and what sort of skills should they build on?
Sure. I think, I taught myself to draw, and I watch TED Talks, and I watch the news and that type of thing, and I just practice listening to people's conversations. A good basic art cartooning program is always helpful to sort of train you to learn how to do the basic iconography, and practice, that's really all it is. Sitting there and sort of drawing what you're comfortable with, and then icons for, things that people talk about all the time, like know how to draw an elephant in the room, and know how to draw, standard people in different races and cultures, know how to draw, a world and those type of light bulbs, very basic iconography, and then you can kind of translate that into anything.
Great. Disa, it's been wonderful talking with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Nervous. That made me nervous.